What's going on, guys? So we are here to discuss The Walking Dead finale for Season 7. And if you're wondering, like, Juice, why aren't you freaking standing up? Well, it's because of a number of reasons. One, I only have a little bit of time before I need to go to work, so I need to save as much time as possible to go ahead and film and edit this. Two, my foot is, like, killing me, and since I gotta work today, I want to save as much energy as possible, so doing a standing up video just isn't the smartest thing to do right now. And three, this video isn't going to be a full-blown review of The Walking Dead. I'm just going to give my thoughts on it and talk about what I think could happen in Season 8 and stuff like that, because I'm going to be doing actually a podcast with my friend Aaron over on his podcast, Something for Nothing, about The Walking Dead, I think tonight or tomorrow, and then it'll be up like immediately after that. So, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of give my thoughts on this in a video, and then if you want more Walking Dead talk, definitely go check out that podcast with me and my friend. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this. Right out of the gate, I have to say I'm not sure how I felt when this episode ended. Because, like, usually when The Walking Dead ends, I'm like, oh my god! Or I'm like, I can't wait for Season 8! Or whatever. I didn't get that this time around. And I think it's because I felt like this was going to be the big battle from the comic books, and it didn't get that. And I even said that, I think, in my last review. I was all, if Rick and everybody doesn't win this battle here, and Negan gets to go back to his whole crew, I don't see how they're going to drag that out for, I'm going to say, at least half of a season for next season. But, yeah, because now Negan has the numbers, he has the weapons, he can easily, he's seen that freaking Hilltop and freaking Kingdom have joined up with Rick, so he's just gonna go to each one and destroy everybody. So what are they gonna do now? Is Rick and all of the other leaders gonna run away from their, like, established communities? Because that seems like it's the smartest thing to do, because if freaking, if Negan just rolls up in here, he's gonna kill every neighborhood one by one, and I don't see what they're gonna do now. And this is what was confusing me and why I was thinking that the big fight had to end at the end of this season, but it clearly didn't. And nothing really happened, like, big besides Sasha dying and all the crews coming together. Nothing big really happened besides a lot of people dying. Now, I will shout out to my friend Chris, who called the freaking garbage people betraying Rick. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to be the big part of, you know, helping defeat Negan, but, you know, apparently they're not, and they only care about really good deals, and apparently Negan gave them a better deal. So, that was pretty crazy, but that just means Rick has even more people to kill now, because they totally betrayed him, and I would not be surprised if The Walking Dead has, like, Rick go after the garbage people and kill all of them to get all of the weapons back, because remember, they gave freaking Oceanside's weapons to the garbage people, so, you know, they definitely need those weapons back to go ahead and fight Negan, and the garbage people aren't going to help Negan out, so this is going to be really interesting to see. And I don't think they're going to go ahead and join up with Negan anymore. I think they just had their deal, and they were going to go their separate ways. But I don't know. We're going to have to see in Season 8. But anyways, yeah, like I said, in this episode, I mean, it was cool to see Abraham again. He was having that little, you know, Sasha was having that flashback right before they get in the RV to go help Maggie. And then we know that's how the whole season started. So it was cool to see Abraham again. But, you know, it really went down to, like, just nothing. I felt like nothing big happened in this episode. Luckily, they didn't leave us with the cliffhanger. I was actually one of the few that didn't mind the cliffhanger from last year, but, you know, that's just me. I kind of like sometimes when they leave you just guessing at what's gonna happen. But this episode just felt like it was lacking, and maybe it was because of the whole season. Like, I just wasn't so into this finale because the season felt like it dragged so much. Next season looks like it's just going to be fighting, because we have already established Negan's character. We've already established how he's just more cunning and more, like, strategic and everything than Rick and everybody. So, you know, we've already established all that. He's had the better hand against Rick this whole time. So we don't need to do any of that in season, 8. We can just full-blown go kill everybody, not have to worry about any of this bullshit anymore. So talking about season 8, this is what I think is going to happen. Now, of course, if you read the comics, you probably have way more knowledge than I have on this, or maybe you're totally just out of the loop because this is not how the comics went, and this should have been the battle that ended everything. So I don't know. I'm not that far in the comics. I think I stopped reading when Carl got his eye shot out. So that's like where I'm at. I'm way behind. What I think is going to happen in season 8, right? I think the first half of the season, those 8 episodes, is going to be the conclusion of the Negan storyline. I think that's what's going to happen at the end of this, right? So I think they're going to go to battle because if I'm not mistaken, the first episode back in October is the 100th episode of this series. So they're going to do something big there. Somebody's probably going to die, or something crazy is going to happen on the 100th episode. It's probably going to be an hour and a half long. So you can totally expect that from the 100th episode. Something crazy is going to happen. But I do think that it's going to end, the mid-season finale for season 8, I think is going to be the actual big war that we were supposed to get. It'll be the Kingdom, Hilltop. I'm assuming Oceanside will join up because maybe the grandmother would have died by then, or she'll realize that we need all the numbers we can get. So I think Oceanside will join up. So it'll be Oceanside, Kingdom, everybody against Negan and crew, although they don't have guns anymore, so I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe he'll go and kill all the garbage people and get their guns back and then take them back to Oceanside and be like, we need your help. So I don't really know. I think it'll be all of the crews against Negan in the mid-season finale. We'll probably lose a couple of people in between that, you know, some lesser known characters, and then in that war at the end, a lot of big people will die, probably like Rosita, freaking Ezekiel, like other people from the other country, the other groups and whatnot. And I think a lot of people will die at the mid-season finale, and that is when they'll capture Negan, because I know that happens in the comics, and they'll throw him in jail instead of just killing him. I don't know what the purpose of that will be, because everybody wants him dead, but I think Rick will capture him and leave him in that cell that freaking Morgan built. Even Morgan wants Negan dead because Negan's the one that's responsible for all of these other crazy dudes that come to the places. So I do think that that is what will happen, and then the second half of season 8 will be, you know, whatever happens in the comics between Rick and keeping Negan in the jail cell, and then that'll determine if, you know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be in season 9, because I know that, I think from what I've heard in the comics is that Rick keeps Negan alive, and then he eventually lets him out because there's even crazier people that show up or something like that. And I think that is going to be all of what season 8 is going to be about, and then season 9 will be all about these new people that showed up. But I don't know. If you read the comics, feel free to correct me. Feel free to let me know what is different, if this battle even happened and then it goes to an even bigger battle. Let me know. I'm not caught up in the comics. I do plan on trying to catch up during the off season and like soon. That way I have a few months to like forget about everything, because I feel like I'm a little bit more knowledgeable when I have the freaking content of the comics in my brainsicle. So, I don't know. But I want to know what you guys thought of this whole episode. Did it feel not as exciting because this season just didn't feel as exciting? Did you think it was really awesome? Did you think that something else should have happened, like one of the big stars should have died? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Walking Dead buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!